Welcome to another deep dive series from Logical Property Management and Realty. Today we're in a Class D neighborhood of the city of Detroit called Brightmoor. Now Brightmoor, it's about 4 square miles, about 11,000 people live in it. Average household income is as low as $32,000. Again, this is one of the reasons we call it Class D. Developer, the history of it is a developer bought 160 acres in 1921 with the plans of developing Brightmoor as a planned community of inexpensive homes for a bunch of workers that were moving from down south up to here to work in all the factories, the auto industry, making us the Motor City. Then they also expanded it by another 2,900 acres between 1923 and 24 because it was so successful. A lot of people were buying houses here half finished or just buying a lot because he was a developer. He wasn't necessarily a builder. And people were building stick homes and, they didn't even have sewer and everything like that. So Detroit annexed it in 1926 in order to give people city sewer and water and electricity and stuff like that, because literally people were dumping their sewage in holes and stuff like that, not even septic systems. It's pretty wild west type of stuff. There was no development from 1928 to 1938, and then right after the war they started developing it again. Now some statistics on this, why it's a Class D. The crime rate is 400% over the national average and 1,000% violent crime over the national average. So we don't typically advise investors to buy here unless you're extremely experienced and you know what you're getting yourself into. Cheap houses, so to speak, with stuff that looks great on paper, but it's not, so to speak, really. There's been a lot of abandoned homes here, but a lot of them have been torn down by the city because they're just trying to get rid of the garbage. And fortunately, supply and demand means there's less supply, so it should increase demand, increase values. Now, the average sales price, there's 50 houses currently on the market in Brightmoor, but the average sales price is only $49,000. The average rent, though, there's only 17 rentals, is $1,100. So you can get 2.0 on the rent to price ratio, but again, it looks great on paper, but once you factor in tenant non-performance and some of the damages, it's not as pretty as a picture. Still make money if you know what you're doing, but you got to be able to take the lumps that come along with it. By the way, the listing ranges are from $6,000 to $325,000. Believe it or not, there's a $325,000 house in Brightmoor. Rental range go from $950 up to $1,500. Right now, we're showing you a house that's in the middle. It's 14910 Hayden. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. 1,800 square feet. It's on the market for $147,000. The rent is supposed to be over $1,600. Hopefully you can get that. But if you look at this right here, it is a house. It's a duplex. I'm sorry. It's a colonial that's been added onto. Detroit is full. If you look right down here, this is an old alley. Most of the alleys have been deeded over. They split it and give it to each of the houses here. If we look down the street here, it does look a little bit rough. For the FedEx man making his delivery. So you can see over here, this house and the fence around it, it looks like at least another 2 lots. What the city did when they tore some of those houses down is they would offer the adjacent lots to the neighbors for $100 a piece. And so it made sense to the city just to dump them because they've got too many lots available. And then they didn't have to worry about cutting it and maintaining it. So this person over here probably bought 2 of those lots. If we look over here across the street, this is Outer Drive. Outer Drive is like it sounds. It was the outer drive around the city in the 30s, okay? And the city has now expanded past it, but it was at one point in time the very rich area because you had to live out further from the downtown and afford it. But you can see a lot of the colonials, and actually a lot of those over there are actually duplexes, side-by-side duplexes. So we're going to take a look at a few more houses. We wanted to start here, give you a little history. So come on along. All right, we're still in Brightmoor. And we wanted to show you, again, one of the reasons why we classify this as a Class D neighborhood. We're at the corner of Hayden and Davison. And if you look around, you're going to see a lot of vacant property over here. And If you come over here, let's pan over here. You see two abandoned houses that have had fires and they're burnt up. City hasn't gotten around to tearing them down yet. And there's a vacant lot here. If you look over there, there's more vacant lots. We're gonna pan all the way around. This house, we're at 13500 Hayden, is just sitting here. I don't even know. It looks like somebody's living there because the grass is being cut. And if we go down the street over here, oh, we got a FedEx delivery, even in the hood. Guys waving. You look over here, we've got even more vacant properties where they've torn everything down. Now, this, I guarantee, at one point in time, 30, 40, 50 years ago, was full of houses. There was houses, 40-foot lots, but they've all been torn down. And this one right here is boarded up and abandoned. So this is, again, one of the challenges you have to be careful of in the city of Detroit, because we could probably go a few blocks over somewhere and we'd find a better neighborhood. If you remember, we were up Hayden not even half a mile, and now we're at this. So that's why you need to find someone that has good boots on the ground and knows the city of Detroit neighborhoods. There's 183 of them that can help you succeed and where not to invest. Let's go look at some more houses. All right, again, we're showing you why Brightmoor we consider Class D. We're at 1431 street called DaCosta. This house is a fantastic deal for you for $6,000. You can rent it for about $1,400. Anybody want to take it? Because I guarantee it's going to need probably $50,000 worth of work, or if it's even savable. If you look in this whole area, if we pan over here, I mean, it's just everything's a dump. We've got houses over there that's barely being kept up. The city's doing some work down the street even further over here. This is an abandoned house. Look, they've torn these houses. All of these have been torn down if we come around over here. So even if we go right over here, more houses torn down. So no one's come in yet. I mean, the play here really would be a developer to come in. The city probably give them the land for free. Probably give 5 or 10 year tax abatements on property taxes just to try to make affordable houses here that could be sold and redeveloped. But Detroit hasn't gotten there yet. The city's coming back. The population's growing, but not enough to take chances on areas like this. Let's go look at some other ones. All right, we're still on DaCosta Street. We were just looking at a $6,000 house. This one is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 665 square foot for $28,000. You could rent it theoretically per Zillow for $920. I don't know if that's going to happen. If we come over here, you can look. These houses, decent houses, but looks like maybe a community orchard and garden is being planted over there. But you can see there's tons of vacancies. If we shoot back over here down the street, that's where we came from earlier, about 2.2 miles. There's only 1 or 2 houses per block. Now, again, you could theoretically invest here, but the challenge, where are you going to get a tenant? And what type of tenant's going to want to live in this type of neighborhood? Yeah, the open, everything sounds great, but you're in the hood and it's, the houses are beat up and stuff like that. We're going to keep going up DaCosta, keep showing you as we go north, it actually gets a little better. So stay tuned. All right, we're still on DaCosta, and this is 15044 DaCosta. This house is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, kind of small, under 900 square feet, going for $100,000. It's been totally gutted and redone. You can see it's new siding, new windows, new roof. They painted the chimney, new front porch railing and everything, front doors. The interior is actually staged. Couldn't tell, actually. It looks like it's actually staged. Didn't look virtually staged, but somebody's put a lot of money into this. They probably got it for less than 20 grand, but I think it's more of a statement type of thing. I'm not sure how they're going to make money on it. We're probably going to follow this one because I'd be interested to see if they can even get $100,000 for it. I'd be kind of surprised, but somebody might do it just because it's brand new. But if you look at the house right next to it, not so nice. I mean, that house is probably worth $30,000 or $35,000. And again, if you're looking back over here, everything's vacant. Sounds good for all the kids can run around and play. There might even be deer and coyotes here eventually. Who knows? But again, let's look over here a little bit. And, the houses aren't so nice. So again, what kind of tenant are you going to be able to get here if you buy it as an investment? And I don't advise flipping here either. So that's it.